I'm Carson.
And I'm Jack.
And this is
Dweeb Wars!
Every week, we help a nerdy expert solve one of life's greatest dweeby mysteries.
Whoever wins the most debates by the end of the season becomes the
Head Dweeb.
Today's debate.
What are the best bobs in anime?
We're going to cover. We are going to help you out.
Yeah.
Hi, Jack. Wow, they're a little touching the finger.
I know, it's new. It's
Yeah,
new
yeah.
thing. We're both feeling something today.
Yeah, well, in
Hi,
our
everyone.
new do.
Welcome to Dweeb Wars.
Welcome to Dweeb Wars, where we debate nerdy shit.
Yeah.
Today, we are looking fabulous in... I just did a little hair growth treatment, and this is the result.
Yeah. Oh my God, the keratin girl. It's like...
Girl, this is from the root. It is so glamorous.
It's gorgeous.
No, really, I took a blunt pair of scissors to a wig not 30 minutes ago, so...
And I am giving an attempt at an anime pink cardboard hairstyle, but also it's giving a little Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
Say.
I wouldn't even call it an attempt. I would call it a success.
Oh,
honestly,
thank
I
you.
think it's fantastic. Today we are talking anime bobs, anime haircuts.
Not the person, not the name.
Yeah, not the drag queen, the hairstyle.
Not the builder.
We have varying sort of experiences in anime.
Yeah, I know almost everything. And Carson really doesn't know a single thing.
If it's opposite day, girl. But you know who knows the most is our guest today, Lauryn, aka Toasty Marshmallow. Toasty!
Hey.
Hey.
What is up?
What's up with y'all?
You know, nothing. We're
Just bobbing around.
bobbing around.
Just bobbing around. I wish I had a bob today.
Yeah, but your hair is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like, you guys are rocking the pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're rocking the stink.
rocking the stink. Genuinely, when I think of the person who knows the most about anime in my life, it's you. Like, tell us a little bit about, like, how'd you get into anime?
So my very first show was Hamtaro.
Ham
Do you remember it?
Taro. Of course. All hamsters.
Yes, all hamsters.
Oops, all hamsters. Like, yeah.
Oh my God, wait, I remember.
You know Hamtaro,
Whoa.
girl.
That just
Yes.
scared me. I had a video game about that on the Game
On
Boy
DS?
Advance.
Hamtaro was technically my first anime, but at the time I didn't know that Hamtaro was an anime. So my first anime that really got me into anime as a medium genre was Naruto.
And you have some exciting news.
I am now going on tour with the Naruto Symphony.
I mean, that is so
Dream.
badass. Like,
Dream.
girl. And you are like a trained singer. The voice is unbelievable.
Stop. Thank
So
you.
like, I cannot wait.
So excited. And to be singing in Japanese and being paid for it, like,
Totally.
finally.
I invited you here today because we know you have a big question for us
Yes.
that only we can answer.
The question is, what are the best bobs in anime?
These ones.
Yeah, I
perhaps.
mean, besides, if we're out of the running.
Right.
So today the category is Best Anime Bob. What's your name? B.O.B. So they calling you Bob. Stop playing. You know that I'm known for the Bob. When we're discussing powerful bobs, I have 3 powerful bobs that came to mind. Number 1, I'm going to show you a bob that is a powerful display of gender play, gender queerness, drag, and disguise. Number 2 is a bob that is a powerful structural anomaly. It leaves one asking when you see this bob, what the hell? And number 3, I'm going to show you guys a bob that is a powerful weapon and a teacher of ancient spiritual history.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
So let's start with number 1. And that's what she said. And what was that?
That's what she said. And you know what?
Oh my God.
was that?
It's James.
Okay, James.
Wow. Did you edit that video together?
Yeah, of course.
That's so
That's
good.
iconic.
So right now I want to talk about the bob as a gender-bending method of disguise. So here we have James from Team Rocket from Pokemon, the TV show. Without James's bob, he would be unable to get into disguises as successfully. And this is a really big part of his character. It would make Team Rocket even more incompetent without his ability to dress androgynously without this bob. Number 1,
Wow.
here he is performing in a ballet show and the bob is bobbing, obviously.
gorgeous.
You might not even notice that that's James if you didn't really have a good look at him. Here we also have him in a bride costume at his own fake wedding. You can't even see his eyes, but you can see the bob. Also, James in a woman's bodysuit partaking in a swimsuit competition with inflatable breasts. Take a moment to look at that. The bob is also doing its job. It's framing her body perfectly, and her face is right. The mug is mugging.
Like the breastplate is unclockable.
Yeah.
Like where is the
Where's the
line?
cutoff?
Like
I know.
it's not.
It's amazing.
Wow.
Jesse! Team Rocket, blast up at the speed of light.
On this, our sunny wedding day.
There's a
Not
little
that.
trick we'd like to play. Now we'll
The
take these
bouffant.
Pokemon away.
いいの。私の美しさには男も女もないの。
小砂利はお
Now
邪魔
check
り
this out.
あっちへお行き
Does he take off the
Check this
breastplate?
out.
サービスサービス。
Opposite.
No. No.
Yeah, boobs are inflatable. I really just got to thinking after seeing all this. I was like, what is more powerful than a bob that allows you to explore gender, sexuality, identity, who you are? Anime's next best bob is a structural anomaly. I feel like it defies the laws of physics, and that is this bob. Tia Gardner from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
Now, let me explain why. How can you describe this other than powerful? So firstly, it's 3D. It has height, it has shadows, but it also has these pointy fringe in the exact opposite direction of the other hair. So for instance, most of the hair goes up to form this structural masterpiece. Then the rest, just the front, is pushed down spiky, which I just think is really strange. It's almost like two hairstyles in one, right? I can imagine that hairstyle on the
Right.
left, which is just the front fringe
Yes.
on someone's head. And I can get this, right? One that goes up, sort of like a middle part that has, and like curtain bangs.
It might be a clip-on bang.
Could be.
A piece.
Could be.
Imagine them on real people. So
Kind of eats.
here,
Wait. Let's take a moment.
yeah.
You look amazing,
Thank you.
girl. Like,
Yeah.
you work.
I do have to say, I kind of wore this hairstyle as a kid.
Oh,
So
No.
yes, because I was so obsessed with anime. Like I was a kid with the cat ears, tail, and so what I would do, and this is what I think maybe she did. I'd have two claw clips on either side, and it would boost the hair, giving it a square appearance at the top, and it would fall. And I had bangs.
Oh
so what
my
she did was
gosh.
put the claw clips underneath the pieces of hair on top, and let it fall.
oh.
Oh, and girl, this is why you're the expert.
Yeah,
This
the hair-
is why we need to bring you
Yeah,
in.
that's that. That's that bob.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing more to say other than unique bob. This is my final bob. A bob with literal power that teaches history lessons. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Medusa Gorgon.
Oh my god. It's just my favorite anime of all time.
Wait, what is
Soul
this from?
Eater.
Oh, Soul Eater.
Soul Eater.
The
Throwback.
bob that has the things coming in front.
Yes, so let's take a look.
Wow.
Oh,
Firstly,
this girl.
an interesting bob. Like, just regularly. Unique bob. Bob all around, full bob, except for two pieces in front that then sort of snake together. Firstly, power literally flows through her hair. Her vector arrows seem to stem from her hair, which is really interesting. So she's able to possess people, attack, control motion, things of this sort. Practically a mind control bob, if you think
Wow.
about it. It takes inspo also from the most iconic bob of all time, in my opinion, Medusa. Her having, snakes as her power versus Medusa's hair snakes. Medusa Gorgon, her bob is a history lesson for the kids, right? It's teaching children about this Greek mythology, the blueprint of bobs through modern media. And so in this way, I think the bob mind controls people, not just in the show, right? But also mind controls the viewer to learn more about ancient spiritual lore.
Which may have worked on me because I love Greek mythology now as an adult.
Totally.
Absolutely. See?
Yeah.
Example number one. That left me saying, what's more powerful than that? What's more powerful than something-
education.
Than education and learning history and spiritual practices and beliefs and religions and human nature?
Wow.
I'm shook.
I mean, Jack,
You did your research.
those are some great bobs.
Thank you.
If this was a graded presentation, that would have been an A.
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
At Anime University.
Thank you,
Well,
everyone.
hear me out. I'm going for an A+.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, let's
Extra
dive
credit.
in. Which anime character has the most powerful bob? In order to get into that, we have to determine what a powerful bob means. For me, that's iconic, original, formidable, and lasting. In order to assure you that I have a good radar of where bobs land, I have created a tier list of not just the best bobs, but some bobs that are fantastic, but just fall below the line for best, most powerful bob.
Okay.
So let's start with the B tier bobs. So these are going to be bobs from anime that have an incredible look, but maybe they're not powerful enough. They're not formidable in the way that I need my most powerful bob to be.
Right.
First of all, we're going to start with Hinata. I mean, I icon level 2000.
I love her bob. It like pokes
It's
out
really
its
cute bob.
sides.
I mean, it's completely iconic. Like, she is everything to me.
She goes to the haircut dresser a lot.
A
to
lot.
Get that.
The thing about her is that eventually she does grow it out long, which I also love on her.
Yes.
So that's why she's B tier for me. B, definitely not F. These are all great bobs. But
Yes.
Patty from Soul Eater, another amazing bob from Soul Eater. Now, the thing about lasting and iconic is that when she becomes a soul, which is like half the time, she doesn't have her bob. So
Okay.
while it's an amazing bob,
Half bob.
half bob.
Yeah.
We're talking Rey from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I mean, an absolutely iconic bob, but to me, it's giving maybe bowl more than bob.
It's not bobbing. It's
It's not
It's
bobbing
bowling.
Yeah,
necessarily.
it's bowling.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I would be remiss not to include her in the list. So
Yes.
there she is.
Okay.
We're talking about A tier bobs. These are powerful and slay, but they just didn't make it. Jiro from My Hero Academia. Iconic bob, again, with the two little things in front. What's powerful about this bob is that it's hiding her power, which is these earphone jacks in her earlobes. What's iconic about this bob too is this like audio sort of wave that is like
in the hair shine.
imprinted in the shine. Yeah.
Okay.
We
She had to
have
bleach
Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. Iconic bob. Like,
She gives Bob. Her personality gives Bob.
for real. It gives like, can I speak to the manager kind of bob.
She's a
like,
Karen.
No, for real. What I love about this bob and what's powerful about this bob is that canonically she dyes it. And a lot of like anime, they just like write it off being like, it just grows out
Natural,
pink.
yeah.
But I love that, like, it's like kind of a badass move for her to be like, no, I dye this strawberry
it.
blonde. Yeah, because it's like
Right.
cool. Although in episode 1 of this series, she does ask a modeling scout whether he would take her on. He doesn't take her on as a model. So I feel like the most powerful bob would be sort of undeniable. It'd be like, I need you as a model.
Interesting. Wow.
Last but not least, I mean, this bob, to me, might be the most iconic bob in anime of all time. But is it the most powerful? Haku's bob in Spirited Away is like, girl, the way he wakes up every morning to cut the split ends, like, that shit is so sharp.
Yeah,
It is
it's amazing.
deadly, that
Pristine.
bob. But the thing is that now we're going to get into my picks, my top 3 picks. And the thing is, these bobs are separate from bobs I've introduced to you just slightly because they have some sort of element to them that scream powerful, that there is power imbued in their bob. The first bob I'm going to present to you today is Maximilian Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, that bob is sharp.
Yeah.
He's a
Whoa.
businessman who created Duel Monsters game, which is the game that they play in Yu-Gi-Oh! His first slay with his bob is that his whole arc is to be seen as mature. He's this mysterious businessman who can intimidate the competition. And this leads to many believing he's thousands of years old. He has this association with ancient Egypt in the show. But he's 24,
What?
which I never really knew when watching the show. Of course, I even think that he's this sort of like immortal
Deity,
right? But I believe his silvery straight bob helps him achieve this more mature look,
Branding.
which is branding. It makes him feel revered and powerful. And the feminine quality helps keep him more mysterious, aloof, and different from the other sort of stereotypical males we see in the show. Let's talk physical power. Before Pegasus visits Egypt and finds the Millennium artifacts, his bob equally goes to both sides of his face. So you see these flashbacks where the bob is equal on both sides.
Okay.
But once he gets the Millennium Eye pushed into his eye socket, he uses his bob to cover the most powerful thing about him, which is the Millennium Eye. So this is an insane power, this Millennium Eye, where you can read the thoughts of other people. And in order to hide it and be rid of cheating accusations during this game that he uses it to figure out what people are going to play, he simply uses his greatest asset, which is his bob. So I think that gives him so much power in the world as well.
Wow.
Next bob, Fubuki from One Punch Man.
Yes.
Well, first of all, look
Sexy.
at her. Sexy. Like,
Sexy.
yeah. She uses mental powers, and those mental powers are only heightened by Bob Servitude level 1000.
Yes.
When she's at rest, the bob is down, it is laid right and tight in motion when she is crafting her sort of magic, her power, you see the bob start to levitate. You see it start to move. I am under the assumption that mental state and hair health are connected. Now, stress in this world, stress is proven to lead to hair loss. And in Fubuki's case,
It is.
mental powers are proven to lead to bob servage. One article said that she manipulates and controls air currents, creating powerful wind blasts and defensive barriers by essentially waving her hair around like a shield. Essentially, her hair, they say, acts as an extension of her psychic abilities.
Whoa.
So if you were talking to her and you're seeing stuff start to float, you're like, she's about to fuck my shit up, right?
Yes.
And so I think this is a really interesting bob that actually is a reflection of her power coming to fruition or not, right? It is a sort of a litmus test, if you would, for what power is flowing through her. The last bob I have for you here today is Lady Nagant from My Hero Academia.
Interesting.
Lady Nagant is a villain and a hero, Surf, in My Hero Academia,
she is.
whose arm turns into a rifle to shoot her enemies. But her bob plays an absolutely vital role in this attack.
Let's get into it.
Bullets are her hair directly from the bob. She inserts it into her arm and it shoots a devastating hairy strike to its victims, leaving hair pieces as residue, a sign that Lady Nagant has been there.
Whoa.
So not only is the hair itself very powerful, but I think it's such a serve that it's sort of a symbol of who she is, that when they first start to discover, is it her? It's because they're seeing, there's this voiceover of Deku being like, a purple hair? Who could it be? And then it's like, it's got to be Lady Nagant, you know? So it's this iconic catalyst of knowing that it's her. She's left her mark, which I think is iconic.
Wow.
Now, that is my most powerful bobulant trio. There's one bob to hide power in my trio. There's one bob to show power in my trio. And there is one bob that is power itself.
Wow.
So this, I believe, is the ultimate team of powerful anime bobs. Thank you.
Wow.
guys.
That was really good.
That was amazing.
That was
Thanks,
really,
guys.
really good.
But get this.
What?
This is where sort of my trio presentation ends.
Oh.
But I do have one more thing that I want to talk about.
Okay.
There's something I discovered when I was doing my research that I'm coining the purple bob effect.
Ooh,
I think we can come together and say the most powerful anime bobs are purple. The amount of purple bobs I found in my research, it's completely staggering. 2 out of my 3 choices for most powerful bob are purple bobs. And it was just insane. I mean, Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop. We're talking James, of course. Raven from Teen Titans.
Yes.
Iconic purple bob. Like, there's so many purple elements. So I was like trying to do some research on like purple bobs.
Yeah.
And it led me to something that I think will shock you in terms of bringing our presentations together. Okay. Maximilian Pegasus might be James' father from Pokemon.
Now wait.
No, it
You lost
can't
me.
Hear me out, or hear Nozomi on Reddit out. Maximilian Pegasus, right, loses his wife Cecilia under mysterious circumstances where she's bedridden. People believe it might be during childbirth. James in Pokemon, his father, we only see him once and he's unnamed, but he looks exactly like Maximilian Pegasus's butler. People believe that Maximilian Pegasus may have had James with his wife. His wife died in childbirth and he was not able to look at his son anymore. He gave it to his butler to raise the child because he resented him.
Like Wicked.
Right? And what's interesting about that is then James grows up and he becomes this villain because he hates his father against people who duel monsters against each other. He wants to break down the corporations that run these monster dueling battles. If it is true, what is more powerful than affecting lineage with your bob?
Definitely
Wow.
A plus.
Wow.
Okay, only because I don't know. I just felt like I really liked the lore at the end there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I also did bring in one bob of my own.
Okay, talk to us.
From Revolutionary Girl Utena, Anthe, and her bob is cute. She's my favorite bob.
Oh, work.
Another purple.
Another purple.
And she is very powerful in the show. Like everybody is after her. This is the pinnacle black girl bob that we all had to get. Like our parents would go to the hair salon and they would be like, "Mom, I just want straight hair," and we would walk out with church curls. That is what Anthe has.
But I love the like the piece in it as well. Like the like
What is
It's a crown. It's like supposed.
crown?
It's a
She's
crown?
like the rose princess. She's like a princess in the show.
wow.
So if you haven't seen the show, highly recommend.
Cute.
I
oh
also
my god.
feel like you bring up a good point, which is like, or like inadvertently bring up a good point, which is like in anime, I feel like their hair is almost like always straight.
And sharp.
Right? And sharp. This is a little more voluminous, a little more curly, which is like unique. And
Yes.
you're so right, though, the purple bob. I really think
purple
probably
bob
also,
effect.
frankly, though, it probably extends to like blue, purple, pink. Bisexual bobs.
Yes.
Bisexual bobs.
Bisexual bobs.
We've unearthed something today.
I have noticed they always, for whatever reason, put purple hair on black characters or characters they think.
Really?
For whatever reason, that's like the default for anime. Are like, oh, okay, black person, purple hair.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I know. This is very, very, very difficult. But both of you had very great analysis of your characters. I really appreciated the James Lore. I really appreciated the Pegasus. In terms of the bobs that I think I was enlightened on, I think I'm going to have to go with you.
Me? What? Oh my god, I was not expecting that, literally.
Wow.
Oh my god. That is crazy. Wait, what were you enlightened about?
Like, I just never thought of James using the bob in
I
that
know.
way. Like, that was like,
Such
You know,
the
when you-
gender
the
play of
gender,
it all
yes.
is
Yeah.
so interesting.
Gender theory.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah, I
Always
really
hit him
love
with the gender
that.
theory. And sometimes it's hard to not award someone an award when they end with "an education is the most important
Yeah,
thing of all."
right. The pageant answer. Yeah.
yes, that's true.
Wow. Okay, well, we're all tied up.
Oh, you're tied.
I needed this.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Dweeb Wars.
Thank you so much for having me.
Literally, of course, like anytime.
You guys can all find me at Toasty Marshmallow on literally all platforms except for Pinterest. Do not go on my Pinterest.
What's on there?
Or else, yeah.
What's on Bob Inspiration?
Right. Like, don't look over there.
And the Naruto
Yes.
tour.
And find her all over the U.S. Like,
Yes,
is
the
it
Naruto
just the U.S.?
Symphony. Just the U.S.
Okay, yeah.
For now.
Also, once again, we would be remiss not to say,
Oh, yeah.
watch us on The Amazing Race. Me and Jack are going on The Amazing Race March 5th on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Leave us a 5-star review on
Yeah.
podcast apps, subscribe, comment, and other things.
Go ahead and do that. Bye.